Happy Monday. I'm not eating anything right now. I've just finished eating lunch. I had lunch already. And I was debating all morning about going live or not. Just going back and forth in my head because I have such low energy today. Because I am just emotionally drained. And I kept going back and forth about was I gonna go live today or not. And as soon as hey Landa, good afternoon, girl. As soon as I set my laptop up trying to go live again from my laptop, my boss started texting me. So it's like I cannot get my hey Tia. I cannot get myself together right now for anything at all. It's like I'm okay with being at home, being self quarantining. It's not bothering me. It's just everything else. If I could just sit here and not be bothered for a good 3 days, that would be great. Hey Leslie, how are you? How are you doing? If I could just see what I'm talking about, text messages popping. It's my owls, you guys. Did you? I don't know if everyone saw the video of me talking about my owls. My owls are going a little stir crazy right now. And I haven't logged onto the system this morning to talk to anybody. Very, very good. Are you doing good with the quarantine? You doing good self isolating? Um, it's like the owls are really needing to be at the office and we all need to be talking, but I really need this break. I started a vlog today, so I've committed to vlogging every other week for now. When I started my blog a few weeks ago, I was committed to vlogging every other week. And this is a horrible week for me. I am in such a bad place emotionally. I should have vlogged last week when I had more energy. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, okay. Very good. I'm glad you're doing well. Um, but this week it's been very, very rough. It's emotional. I'm vlogging right now, and I don't want to sound redundant because I talk a little bit about it today in the vlog. That's one hard thing about being on the internet. I know I talked about wearing clothes, having to put clothes on, because I'm wearing bottoms right now, y'all. I talked about wearing clothes, how difficult that is for me because I hate clothes. They suck. But one of the hard things about vlogging, one of the hard things about vlogging is being honest and truthful and showing your real everyday life. You at work? Oh, good. Okay. Hey, go ahead, get back to work because I'm gonna get to work in about 30 minutes because, like I said, this text message is going off. But sharing a very vulnerable part of my life right now is interesting. And so I debated back and forth whether I would come live today because my live yesterday with my color with me did not go well at all. I was so upset yesterday, and that live was at 6 p.m. And I started crying about 1 o'clock yesterday, and I just couldn't stop crying. I do take vitamin D. No pants is required. It's definitely required. I do take vitamin D. It has nothing to do with the isolation. It has to do with an emotional relationship that I've been in that I ended this weekend. And that's why I'm upset. I'm upset because my heart is broken. So that's why I wasn't going back and forth whether I was gonna go live or not to talk because I had nothing to talk about. I don't want to keep talking. Like I said, I'm vlogging right now. Oh, girl, thank you. I need a hug. I ain't gonna lie. I need a real hug. um, I was in the vlog. I'm talking about it in a little bit more detail. Like I said, I don't want to keep talking about hey Ruby and sounding redundant about it. But I just wanted to keep my commitment to vlog, which I'm doing. That vlog got some crying in it, y'all. I'm gonna put it up anyway because you know that's right. My virtual family is here for me. I'm gonna put that blog up anyway because I mean, like one of the things that really keeps me going. Let's live funny. One of the things that really keeps me going with YouTube and one of the main reasons I won't stop is because I know I'm not the only one, right? I truly believe I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that has a broken heart today. I'm not the only one that this pandemic is not bugging me. Like, it's all good. Thank you, Malika. I appreciate that, girl. And I'm really enjoying your reading, so thank you for those too. It was just a rough weekend. Thursday, I got the call that, hey, I'll be in town tomorrow. And I'm like, really? Okay. And so Friday, Saturday, Sunday was just were really hard days, and didn't eat much because it was the whole situation was very upsetting. So I didn't get to eat very much. My appetite was gone. So I ended up, excuse me, eating a little bit before I jumped on this live. Oh, oh, Landa, I'm sorry. And you guys, it's interesting. Excuse me, because not all heartbreaks are necessarily intimate, like male female dynamic. Um, you were just about to ask if you are today. What? What did I say? I don't know. My brain. Listen, my mind is still so focused on the situation. Oh, if I ate. Yes, I just ate something. I am physically weak because I could. You got. It was so weird because the person was like, why are you not eating? I've never seen you like this. Like I was totally different and they knew it like almost immediately. They were like, you're this is not us. Like what are you doing? And I was just like, true, we're gonna get through it. I was just like, I'm just and I had to say everything that I needed to say, and it was interesting. It was a very, very interesting weekend. You guys, it was something I had been avoiding like the plague. Like I knew this relationship had to come to an end. And like I was saying a second ago, all relationships are not just intimate. It's not like necessarily with a, a man or a life partner type of situation. Like I told you guys, if you watched my first vlog, I told you guys about letting go of a religion, the only religion I knew. That was a process though. Like I had let that go over the course of a 10-year period. At the same time, I was loosening the relationship with my mom at the same time over the course of that 10-year period because, right? I was. I ain't gonna lie. I was avoiding like the corona to you. I felt like I had time to in those relationships. Like those were processes. I went through the grieving process, being angry, being, mad at myself for giving. Like I went through that over the course of a really long time. But like I was avoiding this one because I would just kind of I was avoiding the person every time the person tried to see me. I would be like, no, I'm busy or that's not a good time. And I did the same thing. I was like, it's a whole pandemic right now. Like, ain't nobody trying to see nobody. Ain't nobody trying to see nobody right now. And they were like, oh, this is happening. And so, um, because we haven't. Hey, Beverly. We're talking about ending relationships. We're talking about heartbreak. You might want to step out. This ain't no good one. This is not as fun as the things I usually like to talk to you guys about, but it's real. It's life. I mean, we all grown up in here. And so anyway, it was just one of the things that was smack dead in my face. I couldn't avoid. I had to deal with. And I've been reading this book for a while. I did a video a while ago about this book, girl, right? Unfortunately, we can all relate. I was reading this book, and it's called Calling in the One. And interesting because this book is about finding your soulmate. I've learned through the process of reading this book that there is an amount of love. Yeah, correct. Especially that job one, Ruby, especially letting go of relationships. Also, be like jobs. Any relationship, doesn't matter what it is, you're right. You have to let it go. But doesn't mean, it does not mean it is not painful. It doesn't mean it's not. You just have to get through it. Very good, baby. I appreciate that. I'm glad I went live now, even though my boss was texting me this whole time. I'm gonna text her back in a minute. We need to talk for a second because I can't talk to her about this. So anyway, it just is where I just have to do the best thing for me and just not be willing to compromise on anything and doing the work. Doing the work. Oh, I was talking about Calling in the One. So reading the book Calling in the One. You guys, I wasn't expecting to love myself so much through reading this book because this book is about finding your soulmate. I really like myself. Yeah, that's part of the healing process. That's true. Yes, beauty from ashes. That's absolutely correct, Leslie. So, reading this book, Calling the One, I was thinking that when I finished this book, that I would be in position to find my soulmate. But I don't know why I was thinking that I could still live the superficial life that I was living. Like, I had no idea that reading the book, Calling in the One, would cause me to start loving myself from an honest place. That is what's taken me so long to read this book. This book is not very thick. It looks like a workbook because it does. Each chapter you have to kind of work through. And I've been reading this book for over a year because I read so much of it and I'm like, this book is very powerful. And I put it down and I kind of go through my life. But some of the things that I've read will start resonate with me and processing. And I'll start doing in my life. But I wasn't expecting to love Tracy. That is very weird for me and uncomfortable. But at the same time, it was the most important relationship, the one with myself, and being honest with myself and loving myself. Because at that point, you know what you. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry, Malika. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Leslie. I'm learning. I'm learning, Leslie. I'm learning. And so, coming to a place, part of it, Leslie, was because growing up, I have great parents. Very good, Malika. Um, I have great parents. It was different. My mom raised me a Jehovah's Witness. My dad is not a Jehovah's Witness, and he wasn't in my life that much or at all, honestly. He and I kind of just developed a relationship as I became an adult. It was interesting because as my relationship with him amped up, the one with my mom started slowing down. Um, I talk about it in the vlog a little bit. Like I said, I don't want to sound redundant, but it just got to a place where I wasn't just myself always. It was just like I was whoever I had to be. Yes, it is. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Tia. It's not the same. It's not the same. Because loving myself enough to not want to be in a bad place for any reason. And what's interesting is I've heard this from someone before, like hurt people hurt people. So I've definitely had my heart broken before. I've done the breaking of the heart, other people's heart. This feels different because I feel like I'm finally honest. Typically, when I in a relationship, you spit out vile things just because you want that person to hurt as much as you, and you just kind of move on. But this time, it was just honest. I was just honest. I just didn't lie. I didn't try to hurt them because I didn't want to hurt them. But I was like, hey, listen. Yes, Leslie, it was raw. It was like, this part of you, I don't want anymore. And I set you up that way. I set you up to be this person you are to me because I didn't want to be honest with you about who I truly am. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that I did that to you for so many years. That was really wrong of me. But I'm not willing to do it anymore. I set it up this way. So now I'm going to close it down this way. And I hope that we can stay in each other's lives. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope we can be in each other's lives, but if we can't, that's okay. But like I said, with the other relationships I've ended in 2019, I had time. This one, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and I didn't have time. It just smacked me in the face, and it's just one of those days, y'all. It's just one of those days. And now I'm very happy that I went live because like I said, I've been sitting here for over, yeah. Oh man, that's true, Ruby. When we're not sure who we are yet, it's very difficult because that's definitely what I'm going through. But this is the first time I've ever like ended a relationship in love. Typically is anger or just being an asshole. Because I'm really good at that. I'm really good at that. But this time it was different because it's just like, girl, Tia, I've been doing so much with that time. You're right now. But I've been doing so much with that time from that second job. And one of the things that I do now, you guys, I talked about this one day. One of the things I do when I get home from, thank you, Malika, my my job now, because I just have the one job, I would get off work at 4 o'clock, and if I'm lucky, I'm home by 4:25, 4:45 at the latest. I try to be home by 5 p.m. And so I kind of didn't know what to do with that time because I was so used to just kind of transitioning from one job to the next job or coming home and trying to get everything done for the next day to work two jobs that I didn't know what to do with that like hour between like just when you get home because I need a minute. Even though I 1000% love my job, I love my owls. You still been at work all day dealing with other people. You know what I'm saying? If you work with other people, you still just need a minute. So I will come home and I will make a cup of coffee and you guys will sit on this couch right here. I'm brave sitting on this couch with a cup of coffee and red wine. And I just look out this patio window. I just look at the patio chair that's empty. If the birds come up, I look at them. If a dog go down through there, if I can see it, I can see. I just sit here. I ain't do nothing. I didn't get on my computer. I didn't get on the internet. I just sit here for a solid hour and then I can go on about my night and be productive. But that's definitely one of the things I've been doing is working on myself and healing. And I've been keeping up with my therapy appointments. I even went to see her last week. And I'm so happy that I did. So I've been keeping up with that. And I've been doing all the things and doing all the work. But like I said, you guys, I always come to you guys after the fact. I always come to you and go, this is what happened, past tense. But this is what's happening. And I'm not used to talking to you guys about what's happening because, again, one of the things I always do is not be honest with the situation and what's going on. And one of the things, too, is I learned from a mentor that you always, she was like, I would go to her with a problem. She was like, okay, well, what's your solution? I was like, I don't know. That's why I'm talking to you. She was like, well, you don't come to anybody with a problem until you have a solution. And that's been ingrained in me, but I'm rethinking that now because it's like you need people sometimes to help you with the solution. And I think that's what this situation is. It's us helping each other with the solution because I said in my vlog today, I knew that I wasn't the only one that was going through issues. And I had no idea you were going through that, Malika. I knew you had taken a break from social media, but I had no idea that's what you were going through. And I'm so sorry for that. And so I see that other people are going through Landa. I had no idea you were going through that either. So I see that other people are too. So I'm glad I got my really ridiculous self on this internet today. The internet is a very weird place, you guys. You have people that you love you never met before. Ain't that kind of weird? I think it is, but I'm happy we have it. And one of the biggest things I'm trying to do today is rehydrate myself. I am just a mess. I slept until about 10 today. Oh, oh, yes. You're right, Leslie. We probably always do know the answer. Yes, y'all know it's Women's History Month. I'm big into supporting and uplifting women. That's something that we definitely have to do for one another. I'm huge into that. Don't matter. I'm huge into supporting other women. So yeah, making sure I stay hydrated today. Doing something a little different. Put the wine down, but I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna pick that back up tonight. I'm hoping I sleep better tonight too. I'm gonna try to Oh, I just can't do another internet app right now. TikTok is one of those things I keep looking at and I was like, please don't make me do this. I don't want to do this. Oh, I love Esther Hicks. Also, you're right, Ruby, because yesterday when I felt like I was going to come out of my skin, I was literally shaking from head to toe. I just threw on some workout clothes and went and drove over to the walking trail. And I was able to walk for 40 minutes, which is something I hadn't been able to do for a long time. But I walked for 40 solid minutes. I just put my hood on so people wouldn't see me crying. Ah, it's so much cuteness. Um, and I just put my hood on. And I did cry the whole time I was on that walk trail. I ain't gonna lie. I did. And that's okay. It was outside. I think people thought maybe I was cold, even though I was sweating. And then I came back home and I did feel better. What's not being honest? I'm definitely still processing what happening. What's not being honest, Ruby? Um, and so I did go on that walking trail. So that was cool. That made me feel a little bit better. And I came back and I tried to go live and do a color with me, and that didn't go well. So and I didn't save it because no one needs to see that foolishness. I don't even like the page that I colored. I colored it so crappy. It was so weird. I was like, oh no, we won't be doing this. But I think I'm going to do like a regular scheduled video where I do a coloring and just kind of put it up on my channel like a regular video. So what did you guys eat? I had some Gardein turkey cutlets with some lima beans and corn and a little bit of gravy. What did you guys have for lunch, or have you eaten lunch yet? I'm gonna have to get to work in a minute. I have 9 minutes before I need to get to work. Oh, yeah. I was thinking about that too. I think I'm actually going to make some noodle soup today, like with some chickpeas and some. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right, Ruby. You're very, very right, Ruby. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to make another protein smoothie today. I had a small one, like a tiny one this morning. I didn't even put a whole scoop of protein in it. Hot sour noodle with chickpeas. Do you have a video on that, Leslie? By the way, you guys, when we finish this live, if you would take a minute in your comment section and put your YouTube channel down there so we can make sure everyone is subscribed to it, because the same people keep joining the live. So I want to make sure that we're subscribed to each other and supporting each other. Oh my goodness, beets are so good, Tia. I had some golden beets the other day. They were roasted. Yeah, send me your recipe, Leslie. They were so good. They were so good. Oh, Leslie, I didn't get to comment because I was about 2 o'clock this morning. I was watching Your Plan with Me, and it was so creative. I was laying there and I was like, this is so good, Leslie. I love those stickers you're using from the Reset Girl and how you set up your habit tracker. That was the coolest thing. That was so neat. It was just 2 o'clock in the morning, Leslie. I couldn't come in. I was saying it, and I was like, Leslie, that's so cute. I was like, I need to go back and say something this morning. I said, I need to go back. I do this sometimes if I wake up in the middle of the night. I'll have to watch a calming video to get me back relaxed so I can go back to sleep. And your video was up, and I was like, oh, this is the neatest thing ever. Who would have thought to use Rascot carts for a habit tracker? And I was like, Leslie, I think you really needed that break you took from planning, because like your spreads are always gorgeous, especially, always when you was using the other planner that you had. Oh, tofu scramble, that sounds real good. But it's like there's a whole new Leslie with this cousins, with this Hobonichi cousins. It's so funny. I was like, Leslie's just out here changing everything. You should create it, Ruby. You need a tofu emoji. I really thought there was a tofu emoji. There's not one. I hate tofu. And I say hate with the most kindness that I can say it. I don't like it. It's very, very, very rare that I eat tofu. And it needs to be fried. I'm really trying to like scrambled tofu. I'm trying my best. But by the time I finish drying it out and doing all that kind of stuff, I can just mashed up some chickpeas and made what I need to make by then. Because I just can't do it. And it's always interesting when I tell people I don't like tofu. They just look at me like, "How are you vegan?" I'm like, "I'm still fat, so it don't matter. I'm eating. I'm eating. When I'm eating really well, so it's okay. I'm eating really well. It's not a big deal. I'm getting in what I need to get in. But yeah, I think today I want to do like a noodle soup with something very simple and also bland, because I feel like I've been fasting, even though it was unintentional. I feel like I need to reintroduce food back to me, because the Gardein turkey cutlets were pretty good, but I don't, I don't know. My taste buds are all off. I need ice cream. I think if I could eat some ice cream, that will get my taste buds back to where they need to be. I'm gonna get some ice cream. Okay, guys, I have got to go back to work and respond to my manager's text messages. I feel if I got on respond soon, she might actually knock on my door. You guys, my manager is not doing well with this whole pandemic. She is really not loving being at home. And she says this has her rethinking her retirement date because if she can't stay home for 2 years, for 2 weeks, how she gonna stay home as a retired person? Which I don't know if she truly means that, but if she really means that, I'm kind of happy because it's like one of those things where I feel like I'm coming into her life late, but there's so much more I want to know about her. Like there's so much more to building a relationship with her, and I would be so sad for it to end right now because she's just really, really an awesome person. So yeah, I know, Leslie, this was so nice because I was struggling. This is so nice. So I'll go ahead and do it again. Nope. Y'all, I can't do lunch break with y'all tomorrow. We might have to do breakfast or dinner or something because my coworkers and I are gonna have lunch on Zoom. We're having a meeting at 11:45 in the morning, and then we're gonna eat together. Yay! Like I told you guys before, my coworkers are legit family. Like if y'all could read these text messages that be popping off, 12 women talking to each other in text is very interesting. Anyway, guys, I'm going for real this time. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It'll probably be in the afternoon, though. Yes, I do get to see them. All right, guys. I love y'all and I appreciate you so, so much for helping me through this really hard day. I appreciate you guys. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow.